Alright, welcome to this special edition of Guitar Phrasing with Hendrix. I couldn't really think of a title for this video, whether it be an In the Mind Of or the phrasing, so I think I just made it, I decided it's going to be on a phrasing one. We're going to study the soloing outro to Hey Joe. The chord progression in Hendrix's version is C major, C, to G, to D, to A, and to E, and a little E7, and then back to an E. Okay, so let's look at the notes of the E minor pentatonic. Now, we're not talking about intervals, we're just talking about notes. We have E, G, A, B, and D, and then it keeps going. E, G, A, B, D, E, G. And what makes this very unique is on that first chord, the C, if you look at the notes of a C major chord, those notes are C, E, and G. And right off the bat, the notes E and G should sound familiar. And the reason I'm bringing that up to you is because when we start on the C chord, we have plenty of options within our pentatonic and manipulating our pentatonic to join with that C chord. Now, we don't have a C, and we're not going to force a C into this. That's more of a David Gilmour move from my Comfortably Numb video. He's going to stay to notes in the pentatonic. So the E and G of the pentatonic are in the C chord. So where can we find those? We have an E here, and we have a G here. But let's talk about Hendrix. What Hendrix does, he takes this D, bends it up to an E. So on the very first solo round, he's going to hit either the E here or the E here to help join with a C chord. And then the next chord that happens is the G chord. So let's take a look at the notes of the G chord. The notes in a G chord are G, B, and D. Look, they're inner pentatonic, every single one of those. So if I were you, I'd go straight for the heart of the chord, being the root note, a G, or even the major third, the B. But be warned that that major third is going to sound happy. And if we're playing gritty, distorted solos, that B might sound a little out of place. Not too much, but the G. So I'm going to go for the G. Then we get to a D chord. What notes are in our D chord? Well, we have a D, an F sharp, and an A. Again, all the stuff being in the chart so you can follow along. And what notes are in our pentatonic that are in the chord? Well, we have the A, and we have a D. So I'm either going to go for the D or the A on that D change, and then it's going to go to the A chord. Now, what notes are in the A chord? It's like, how many times can I ask the same question? It's A, C sharp, and E, and we have an E and we have an A in our pentatonic. There's no need to force the C sharp in there because, again, Hendrix is staying so true to the pentatonic shape, and you want to do this too because it's going to help your phrasing and it's going to help you keep that rock sound, and that's very important. The rock is built on the pentatonic. So now, and then we get to the E and a little bit of an E7, and there's no question that this is your opportunity here to just go for it on that E minor pentatonic. There is nothing that's going to sound wrong. When we play that E for the extended amount of time, of course, you can throw in the Hendrix part there, or you can sit and solo, and my only advice to you is that if you've seen my blues lessons in my blues playlist, the minor third rubbing on top of the major third of the chord is what gives blues and rock its sound. So they're playing the E and the E7. My hands are off frame. I apologize. E and E7, right? And so that has the major third. So hitting that minor third, which is the G, hitting the G a lot in your soloing is going to make your solo just sound rocky and awesome. So if I throw on my distortion, and I have my looper right here, and I start to solo. Now again, on the C, I'm going to hit E's and G's, and in the G chord, I can hit G's, B's, or D's, but I'm likely going to hit a G. When we go to the D chord, I'm going to hit D's and A's. When I hit the A chord, I'm going to hit A's and E's. Again, the chart will have it there, and this is really good for you to start learning, what notes go into the chords. And then when we get to the E, I'm going to sit and just have fun with it. Now, is this going to sound like Hendrix? No. It's going to sound like me, and this is what I want to do. I want to make my playing better. So if you happen to cover Hendrix, Hey Joe, or if you want to practice this on your own, it's a worthwhile tune. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to do when I hit the C chord, I'm going to hit the pedals, I'm going to take this D and bend it up to the E, right? And he does do this in a solo. And then I'm going to hit this G. Let's see, that G and the G, and I'm going to take it from there. So I'm going to shout the chords out, and this is what it sounds like when you start manipulating your pentatonic to fit the chords. Here we go. So I'm going to stop for a second. So you can hear, and hopefully if I was smart, I put up the chords like as I was playing so you can see. I was using the pentatonic to highlight the chord changes. And you can do this too. It's a rather short video, but it just goes to show you that if you have a style like Hendrix, who plays in the pentatonic a lot, and you come across a cover tune that you didn't write, well, you got to put your style into it. So he takes the pentatonic and he manipulates his pentatonic to match as much of the chord tones as he can without stepping out of his style. So what do you do with this? You do the same exact thing. You practice in the pentatonic. You get your chords and what notes make up each chord. Again, if you need the chart, it's there. If you want to do it on your own, fantastic. And you try to find those notes, manipulate your pentatonic to find the notes that go with the chord. I hope this all made sense. Really short lesson, but nonetheless, go get it. Have fun. Play this at your next gig. You can solo for 20 minutes and nobody's going to get bored of it because it's a great song. All right, guys, rock and roll. Have a great day. Bye-bye.